Hi, this is Paul. I'm coming back with TTM episode number 59. I have 9 returns. But before I get started, I just want to say rest in peace, Lee Elia. This is a shout out to Mike at the Hot Corner. Lee Elia was a longtime baseball man. He passed away the other day. Actually, he didn't live far from me here in Florida. But he he only played a couple years, and ironically, he only played for the two Chicago teams. But then he went on to coaching. He was Dallas Green's right hand man when they won when the Phillies won the World Championship in 1980. He actually went on to manage the Phillies in like the late 80s. But he also was the right hand man to Lou Piniella with the Seattle Mariners and the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. And he also did manage the Chicago Cubs. He was kind of part of that. And I know Mike mentioned it on his video the other day to kind of, I don't know if you want to call it a defection, but Dallas Green, after he was let go by the Phillies, of course, went on to become the general manager of the Chicago Cubs. And you managed the Cubs while Dallas Green was the general manager. But that was also part of that, the Larry Bowa, Ryan Sandberg to the Cubs for Ivan DeJesus. So again, rest in peace, Mr. Elia. Sad that people pass away. It's part of life, but nothing you can do about it. So all right. So the first return is a 101 in 16 days from Kyle Petty on his 94 action pack card. I got this. Shout out to Autographs 2000. He had gotten this, I guess, in that mega box he got from a coworker. He had gotten some racing cards, but he said that he didn't want them, so I told him I would take them. So thank you, Scott. Autographs 2000. I'll leave a link to this channel in the description. The next one, so that was a 101 in 16 days from Kyle Petty. The next one is a 201 in 24 days from Ernie Witt. I got him on the 81 tops. I got this from Autographs 2000 as well, the fuel. And then he threw in this extra Canadian Baseball Hall of Fame card. Very nice of Mr. Witt. It's a whole story in the back. Very nice of Ernie Witt to do that. The next one is a 1 or 2 in 10 days from Stan Clark on the 88 tops. I had sent him 2 of the same card. I told him he can keep one, so he did, which is fine. Next one is a 4 or 4 in 23. So Stan Clark was 1 or 2 in 10 days. Next one is 4 or 4 in 23 days from Ken Schrader. He signed a 94 action pack card. Again, I got that from Autographs 2000. And then he signed my photos. He signed a picture at the front of the General Motors building in Detroit, Michigan, because he did drive General Motors cars amongst the many car companies he represented when he drove. And then he signed the picture of this Trans Am. This was in the lobby of the General Motors building. My wife took this photo many years ago. And then he also drove the Dodge vehicle, so he signed that. That was from the Imperial Palace antique car display in Las Vegas. This is the 1954 Dodge Pace car. And I don't know if a lot of people noticed, but the Daytona 500, before the big massive venue was built in Daytona Beach, it's actually Daytona, but it doesn't matter. They used to race actually on the beach. So the next one is a 3 of 3 in 32 days from Tim Allen, Tim the Toolman Taylor, but he's also the voice of Buzz Lightyear. So he signed my Toy Story MGM Studios parade picture. He signed 3 of them. And he signed the second one is the Buzz Lightyear to Infinity and Beyond. And then he signed the other one. It's basically the same picture. The other one, this is just a different format. This is a landscape. But thank you, Tim Allen, a.k.a. Tim the Toolman Taylor, from Home Improvement, and amongst other things, the Santa Claus. He's been in a bunch of TV series. So thank you. And plus, he had a stand-up comedy routine that he did too. So the next one is a 101 in 68 days from Sid O'Brien. He signed this Chicago White Sox logo photo. This was for Battle of the Teams, but obviously a little bit too late. But I got it back, so can't complain. The next one is a 301 in 75 days from John O'Donohue. He signed this 96 Upper Deck Collector's Choice. He's actually the son. He's actually John O'Donohue Jr. His father pitched in the 60s and early 70s with the Seattle Pilots, the Montreal, Oakland, a few other teams. And then he signed 2 index cards. That's his major league debut. And then he signed the second one. So. Then the next one is a 2 of 1. A 2 of 2 in 27 days. John O'Donohue was 301 in 75 days. This is John Ratzenberger. This is from the Toy Story MGM Studios parade. Okay, he voiced Ham, the piggy bank, which is on top of the float. So that was John Ratzenberger, of course, more famously Cliff Clavin on Cheers. Great show. And then he signed, this is a Walt Disney World admission ticket. I had found those too, so as you can see, 7/13/2004. Then the last one is a 4 or 2 in 20 days from Al Weiss. He signed the Shea Stadium panoramic picture that TTM Mike had sent me as a Christmas gift. So I have 4 signatures on there now. I believe it's 4 or 3. I think that's 3. I'm sorry. I got Jesse Orosco, Craig Anderson, who pitched for the Mets in the first year, Shea Stadium, and of course, Al Weiss. Now, what I was thinking about doing, of course, Shea Stadium, mainly home to the Mets, but it was also the home to the New York Jets, Jets from 1964 to 83, so that's 20 years. And a lot of the surviving members of the Super Bowl III champion Jets do TTM, like Emerson Boozer, John Schmidt, Al Atkinson. There's a bunch so I'm thinking about getting some of those 68 Super Bowl III champion Jets. Also, in 1974 and 75, the Yankees also played at Shea when the original Yankee Stadium was being refurbished. And then in 1975, the New York Football Giants played at Shea Stadium. So in 1975, you had the Mets and Yankees and the Jets and Giants. And how it worked was that obviously baseball, the Mets and Yankees, normally when one's away, the other's on the road, vice versa. And how it worked with the Jets is that the Jets and Giants is that the weeks that they were scheduled to be home the same weekend, the Giants had to play on Saturday. And there was no TV coverage of the game because the NFL only, did televising on Sunday. So you had to listen to it on the radio. And I remember listening to Marv Albert doing the Giant games on the radio. That's how long ago, 50 years ago. So yeah, Marv Albert, uh, the great Marv Albert did. He was obviously, if you know Marv Albert, he did a lot, and he was the voice of the Giants on radio, the Rangers, the Knicks. He did everything. So, and then Al Weiss signed the Mets logo. I got this from Autographs 2000 as well with his number on it. And then I had put in as protection the cardboard from my Mets desktop calendar, 365-day a year calendar. I'd thrown those in and he signed them. So there's one just extra, so I'll just put them in the binder. And then he signed that as well. Where is it? It's right there on the top left-hand corner. So other than that, that's it. Like, comment, subscribe. Everybody enjoy their weekend, and thank you for watching.